When Kelly Clarkson first tried to make it in the music industry, she was sent packing. But then a new reality show on Fox offered this waitress from Texas a second shot at stardom. Week after week, she captured the hearts of judges and won over new fans. Her chemistry with a fellow contestant fueled tabloids and was immortalized on film. Clarkson's first release broke records, but then Miss Independent went in a completely different direction with her follow-up effort. Many idols have followed, but would America remember the girl that started it all? The whole story is next on Close Up. Kelly Breanne Clarkson was born in Fort Worth, Texas on April 24th, 1982, joining older sister Alyssa and brother Jason. But her childhood was far from ideal. When Kelly was just 6 years old, her parents separated and the family was torn apart. While Kelly remained with her mother, her sister moved in with an aunt and her brother went to live with their father. Following the separation and a number of moves, Kelly and her mother finally settled in Burleson, Texas. There, Kelly would attend Pauline Hughes Middle School, where fate would intervene and point her in the right direction.
Actually, this is a funny story. In junior high, we had to pick between band and choir, and I was going to play the drums in band. And the choir teacher heard me singing in the hallway, and she was like, "Why aren't you in choir?" And I was like, "Because I can't sing." And she was like, "Okay." She was like, "Well, why don't you join and see how you like it?" So I joined, and I figured out, wow, I kind of have a niche, I kind of have a thing here. So I went with it.
After middle school, Clarkson attended Burleson High School, where she performed in a number of musicals, honing and perfecting her skills. After graduating in 2000, she worked a number of odd jobs to finance the demo CDs she made, hoping to market toward record labels. But after receiving little response, Kelly decided that she needed to be where the action was, Hollywood. But even that proved to be difficult.
Kelly was struggling a lot. She was working on her music career. She had moved out to LA, but she was just facing struggle after struggle. I mean, her apartment burned down.
Kelly had a brief stint on Pop Star. She was even an extra on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Her very close friend fell ill.
I mean, it was just it was a really tough time for her.
So she decided that Hollywood was not for her.
So Kelly returned to Texas, where she worked at a movie theater, as a cocktail waitress, a telemarketer, and even a Red Bull promoter. Kelly Clarkson had given up on her dreams of stardom. That is, until a new reality show with an old familiar theme came to town.
I think it's very legitimate to suggest that American Idol might be a lot like Star Search or just a karaoke contest. But then you see the results of what happened.
Star Search, was all over the place. It had juggling acts, it had pet tricks, it had acrobatics and gymnastics. American Idol is focused. It is all about the singing. And also, you can't discount the factor of, the judges. You've got Simon, Randy, and Paula. Every week, their banter, their interaction, that's what makes the show really interesting to watch.
People love American Idol because it mines talents from unmined sources. You're finding a young man, a young woman who really wants to have a shot at fame, is giving their all. Maybe they're a waitress, maybe they're a mom, but they're really a real person who's getting this one-shot deal at stardom.
The show is like nothing else. Okay, not true, but it's different in the aspect that the country gets to vote on who this American Idol will be.
But Kelly had already been down this road with pop stars.
She was initially reluctant to sign up for American Idol, but her friends eventually convinced her, and good thing she did.
So Kelly drove to the audition and waited in line for her chance to prove she was worthy of the Idol title. But there, she would wait with 10,000 other Idol wannabes who too dreamed of fame and stardom, and they came from far and wide to get that chance.
From small town Ohio.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Colorado.
I'm from LA. I came because God told me to come. He said get up here and go.
But no matter how far they came or how long they waited in line, for some, it would be over in a matter of seconds.
3 days ago, we opened the doors for the gates for thousands to show up, line up, and start camping out in the parking to get a few seconds in front of our judges today. And they have waited. They've anticipated those few precious seconds, and they're giving it their all.
And as the fairy tale goes, Kelly Clarkson would be one of the few contestants who got to hear those now famous words.
Hollywood, here I come, baby, Hollywood!
Kelly flew back to Hollywood to partake in the biggest contest of her life. And this time, she wasn't going to let anything keep her from fulfilling her dreams. When we come back, Kelly hits her breaking point.
And I just remember just calling my mom and I was crying.
Stay tuned. There's more Kelly Clarkson after the break.